This is ShadowQuant Market Brief, brought to you by AriesLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Friday, April 24, 2026, and this is the After Hours session. Now, let's get into it. The S&P 500 closed just below 709, and the Nasdaq fell to a new all-time high on a mixed risk-on day. Let's break down the numbers.
The S&P 500 closed at 708.45, down 0.39%. The Nasdaq 100 fell 0.56% to 651.42, while the Dow slipped 0.36% to 493. The biggest gainers today were Bain, up 990%, LTMA up 837.19%, and CSSNQ, up 990%. The biggest losers were Monk, down 99.8%, F5WS down 99.8%, and IPOFWS down 99.77%. The utilities sector led with a 2.72% gain, while the technology sector fell 1.42%.
Now, let's look at the corporate news.
Bitcoin-related stocks saw mixed results today, with some crypto-focused names beating expectations. Core Scientific reported disappointing Q4 results, while Strategy stock beat Bitcoin's recent performance, which saw a 25% rise in a month. Dividend ex-dates are coming up, with MSTI, PPT, IMO, HUI, and SCLZ all set to pay dividends this week. SEC filings today included 8KS from TCW Direct Lending Roman 8, LLC, TCW Specialty Lending, LLC, Alpine Income Property Trust, and others.
Let's check the macroeconomic data. The Fed funds rate remains at 3.64%, with the 2-year Treasury yield at 3.83% and the 10-year at 4.34%. The yield curve is normal at plus 0.53 percentage points, reflecting a healthy economic outlook. Inflation remains above target, with CPI at 3.29% year-over-year, and core PCE at 2.97% year-over-year. The U.S. economy grew 0.48% annually in the fourth quarter, and non-farm payrolls added 637K in March. The Fed is expected to maintain a hawkish stance as inflation remains elevated. Now let's check the risk signals.
Risk Desk reports no elevated signals today. The VIX closed at 18.92, down 0.58 from yesterday's close.
Let's look ahead.
Watch the S&P 500 as it approaches key technical resistance. The VIX could see increased volatility if macro data or central bank signals shift. Tomorrow's calendar includes the U.S. inflation data and Fed policy discussions. The most important thing to watch, the Fed's rate path and how it reacts to persistent inflation.
If you're finding value in this analysis, support the project at patreon.com/ShadowQuant. Patrons get early access to every episode, weekly AI analyst scorecards, and daily intelligence briefs. And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, hit that follow button and leave a rating. It helps more traders discover the show. We appreciate you. This is an AI-generated market briefing by ShadowQuant. All information is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Market Brief. Stay tuned for the Tokyo session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.